Hello and welcome to Thought for the Day from St. Peter's, Bexhill. And so we move on to the New Testament. And after all the rambles and digressions of the Old Testament, all very important, but sometimes quite difficult to piece together into a whole, we move into the focus and the drive of the second part of the Bible. Now we have books and letters eager to tell us what happens next, eager for us to understand and eager for us to make up our own minds about what it all means. I say make up our own minds because we still have some work to do. We still have to think and imagine and pray and understand ourselves what we are reading. I think it's why there are 4 Gospels, to show us 4 different angles on the one story. When I typed up that sentence, it came out as 4 different angels. Each Gospel was written for a different audience, and so each tells the story in a slightly different way. Matthew wrote for a largely Jewish readership, and so he is the one who emphasizes Jesus' Jewish roots the most, and how God's message is now spreading to the whole world. Luke is very precise. We think Luke was a doctor, and he had a medic's careful eye, looking for and examining the evidence to come to a diagnosis, an understanding of what is going on. Then Mark's Gospel, which is usually thought to be the first one to be written, and Mark is the tabloid of the Gospels. He wants us to know that this happened, and then this, and then this, and then afterwards this. He never stops for breath. Nonetheless, Mark is a bit of a depressive, as his Gospel ends on a sad, scared note, a Gospel for the depressed. And then John, writing some decades later, is more reflective, looking back from a distance with the wisdom of hindsight. And after that, we have the story of the early church growing through the power of the Holy Spirit with its debates, adventures, and the beginning of persecution. This is Luke continuing the story. And then there are letters to churches in different situations and stages of development. The letters were not written to us, but we can learn a lot by listening in. There are many examples we can learn from, we can grow from. One thing the New Testament makes clear is that we cannot fully understand Jesus without seeing how he fits into the Old Testament story that preceded him. It is why we have the Old Testament. Jesus is the climax and the fulfillment of the hopes expressed almost from the very beginning of creation. And all the writers see Jesus as clearly fitting into the old prophetic tradition by his mighty words, mighty deeds, and symbolic actions. It's like the Old Testament is a wonderful, perfect cup. The New Testament fulfills it, fills it full of God's love. The writers are all writing from this side of the resurrection, and they know that Jesus is none other than the Son of David, God's Son, the Messiah, the Christ, the one who saves. So, as we work through the stories, think about kings we have seen in the Old Testament and the ideal role of the king in the Old Testament in representing God to the people and embodying the people to God. And think how Jesus' death is clearly seen in the light of the suffering servant as the one who bears the sin of the people, now drawing the people into the story themselves, ourselves, and the resurrection as the absolute triumph of God's love in the world. So, are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin next time. I hope you enjoy our new set of stories. Amen.